So the Caitlin Clark Paige Beckers team up. The Caitlin and Paige team up. It's one of those things that there is obviously anticipation there. I always say this where it's like people are like pitting them against each other, but like it's very clear they don't play the same positions. It is very, very clear they don't play the same positions. Like from Team USA, they don't match up together. When a lot of the time they're being put on the same team, it is very, very clear what Paige's role is going to be in Team USA. And it's a role that Caitlin can't play. Like, Paige Bueckers is not a floor general. She is a combo guard who is an elite scorer and is very solid. She's a very good pick and roll operator looking for hers. Like, she can be a really good pick and roll ball handler if the outcome is her getting a shot for herself. Like, she's very good at that, and she's not a bad facilitator out of pick and roll. Paige isn't a bad passer. She takes care of the ball. But, like, Paige at point is like Breanna at point, where it's like, you'll play her there, but you don't want to play her there, if you get me. It's like, if the team, if that's what's going to help the team, we'll play her there. But ideally, we don't want to. Like, you would rather have a facilitator beside them. Caitlin Clark is this is the scariest thing about Caitlin Clark, and if people don't realize this, is that, like, how the leading scorer in the history of NCAA basketball isn't naturally a scorer. Like, naturally, she is a floor general. Like, she is somebody that is going to create for others more than she creates for herself. And the thing with Caitlin Clark is that I've never seen a volume assister, but if you ever watch Caitlin Clark games, and this is the one thing she might end up struggling with for Team USA, is if you ever watch Caitlin Clark games, she will go 4 minutes, like, she might start a game off and have 6 assists in the first 4 minutes, have 4 points and 6 assists 4 minutes into the game, and her team could be way ahead. And then she might not have an assist for 6 minutes, and then she could get 4 and 4 possessions. And then, like, she might be on 12 points and suddenly she might be on 4 points and suddenly she'll score 9 points in a minute and a half. It's like, what the fuck? Like, everything Caitlin does is in bunches. And for Team USA, like, she's a player. The one thing I think Caitlin could struggle with for USA is that, like, her risk taking and playing through mistakes, I think becomes a bigger issue when there are elite players behind you rather than a team being built around you. I think at this point in time, she's kind of a fit in rather than fit out. And I'm more concerned about Caitlin Clark's ability to fit in than Paige's ability to fit in. Paige is going to be that Swiss Army knife. And I think that's what Paige is going to be on this team. Like, Paige is going to play minutes at the 4. Like, I don't think people understand that. Paige will play minutes at the 4. She'll play minutes. Like, we've seen clips of Caitlin Clark running as the roll guy and power dribbling in. Like, I think there are situations where Paige is going to have minutes at the 4 in small ball. A bit like a UConn. Paige will play a lot of 2, a lot of 3. And she'll play sometimes the 1. My expectation is that Caitlin Clark will play nearly exclusively at the 1. So this as a backcourt combo, in my opinion, is the toughest backcourt combo Team USA have. Like, people are all being like, oh, but what about defense? You've got a 6.5 defender at her best in Caitlin Clark compared to beside a 6.375 defender in Paige Bueckers. But, like, at the same time, other than Jackie Young, like, Kelsey Plum's not as good Kelsey Plum is a 5, other than putting pressure on people. And I know obviously there's the meme, but, like, other than, like, in generally being just a pest, Kelsey Plum's not a very good defender. And then you've got as well, Chelsea Gray's a terrible guard defender. Kalia Copper and Jackie Young are their only good defenders. So it's like, people are wondering what's going to happen there. But it's like, if you guys haven't seen the guards Team USA are coming up against, like, Ceci Zandalasini is the best guard Italy have. Spain's guards are poor. Like, Iana Martin is going to have to play big minutes for Spain. Maria Conde is coming off a torn Achilles. Mariana Ortiz does nothing. Like, I'm not going to say does nothing. She's like, I would love for the Fever to sign Mariana Ortiz, but she's like a 5-5-5 player. Like, she's the type of player that averages 5 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, and does all. She's a glue guy. Either of these can guard the glue guy. Like, this is a combo that, I mean it, is probably the best combo offensively anyway. And they're so good complement each other. Do you remember all the talk about Paige, about Caitlin and the Fever should have tanked as rookies? That they should have tanked as rookies, or when Caitlin was a rookie, because they could have gotten the back-to-back-to-back number 1 pick and gotten Paige and did what the Aces did and basically guaranteed it. You got Paige here passing it to Caitlin here. Who's on this team? So you've got Paige, you got Copper. It's just a shooting drill. Ray Burrell was like, this is just a shooting drill. That's it. Who's on that team? It's just a shooting drill. But at the end of the day, look, this is a combo that they can kind of play to each other's strengths as well. Like, Caitlin is going to find Paige. Like, I don't know that much about Paige, like, finding Caitlin. I don't know how much that it's the case with that, where it's like, I think Caitlin will find Paige. Caitlin will absolutely find Paige. But at the end of the day, like, I think of these two players, Paige is the more natural scorer. And I don't care what anyone says. Paige is a more natural scorer than Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is a more natural facilitator. And you can put the two of these on the court with one of Jackie Young and Kalia Copper. And like, there is no team that has guards that are going to face at this stage that have guards that are going to punish Caitlin Clark and Paige on defense. Neither of them are bad enough defenders to get cooked again by a Mariana Ortiz, by a 19-year-old Iana Martin, by a Maria Conde's a hooper. But like, still, I don't think they're going to cook by Maria Conde either. Even still, if the others aren't going to cook them. Ceci Zandalicini is the best player for Italy. And then the rest of the teams have nobody. Like New Zealand, they could win by 70. They could beat Senegal. If they really tried to, they could beat Senegal by 110 points. Like, it's one of those things where they could pull a France versus Ireland. If you guys don't know, like, when France came to Ireland were within like 10 points halfway through the third. I think France won by like 30. They might have won by 30 or 40. But it was like tight until France pulled away. And then we went to France and they beat us by 110 points. Yeah, that happened. Shout out Ireland. But at the international level, that genuinely can't happen if they try. But like, this is a combo that I think we're going to see them playing with each other quite a bit. Because when we look in the Olympics, I'm going to be real here. If we're talking about these offensive focused guards, because like Jackie Young's two-way, Kalia Copper, I don't think is going to make the next Olympic team. I think I think that as a connective piece, I think it might, unless if Juju's good enough to make it, she'll make it over Copper, if you get me. I think Sarah Strong's going to make it as a rookie. I think they're not going to fuck up twice. I think they're going to bring Sarah Strong. So we're looking at good defenders everywhere. If we're looking at in 3 years' time, who projects to be these like elite offense player, I don't think Kelsey Plum makes it, but like Sabrina Ionescu, Caitlin Clark, and Paige Bueckers, they are offensive focused, at best slightly above average defenders. My expectation is long term, I project Paige to be a slightly better defender than Caitlin Clark. I think Caitlin's probably going to be the better help side defender. I think Paige Bueckers is probably going to be the better on-ball defender. And I think Paige is physically stronger than Caitlin as well. Or at least she's better at using her weight to guard the post. But like, I think they project to be very similar level defenders long term. But I have both of them over Sabrina for the next World Cup. And I think there's a gap. Like, it is, for me, it's like Caitlin top, gap. Or Caitlin top, gap, Paige, big gap, Sabrina. Like, I think there is I think Caitlin's quite a bit ahead of Paige at this point in time. That could change by the time of the next Olympics. But I think there's a bigger gap between Sabrina and Paige than that. And it's like, Sabrina, if the Nike shoe goes, Sabrina might make the next Olympic team. But the World Cup's going to be really interesting. I don't project they start either of these two. But I do think we're going to see a lot of Paige and Caitlin lineups, and I think they could be absolutely devastating.